welcome to the MacPack.
We're back.
My name's Jamie Kenner, and to my left this week, another man on the panel who is draped in the high vis. It's my little brother Joe. How are you, boy?
Yes, I just flew in from site and I obviously needed to wear my high vis.
There you go. And to my right, coming in at 6'1", as he does each and every week, is the baby brother of the pack. Who we call Junior Boy. Junior Boy, how are you, mate?
That's right. I'm very used to wearing the high vis, so it's good to see Joey repping the same colours as me.
He's looking
For
good.
once.
It's by far the cleanest high vis I have ever seen over the journey. It looks box fresh. It's come straight out of the pack.
That's right.
And it's joined us on the pack tonight. Joey will be chatting about that one off the top.
Huge.
We've also got a story about a high school that we used to go to. They're in the news for all the wrong reasons. Dude lives with a lady, makes
He's
a
back.
quick return
Let's go.
with a funny little story. You got a story about a sauna. You got a story about a hospital. Boys, it's a massive episode of the pod. Let's get into it. Boys,
Flamingo.
how are we all? Are we all well?
Fantastic. A little jet lagged coming back from Esperance.
You've been on a fair few planes this year, Joe.
Yes, I have.
You've done New Zealand, from Perth to New Zealand,
Yep.
with a stopover in Sydney.
Yep.
Then you've done, so that's one plane there, two planes there.
Yep.
And then on the way home,
Two planes as well.
one plane into two plane. Then we did Melbourne. No, we did Sydney first. Perth to Sydney.
Sydney to Melbourne.
Sydney to
To
Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Melbourne back to Perth.
Yep.
And now you've done
Espo.
Espo.
And back.
The
The sex-
Espo.
You went
Espo
to
and
the
back.
Sexpo.
Nah, just the Espo.
This was a work trip. A lot of work
It
trips
was a work
going on.
trip. That's right. Just down there to do business, and business was done.
That's
Now,
huge.
most people would know Joe, who listen into the pod frequently, as a bit of a white collar operator. Obviously, he's on the big buckaroonies, as we all well and
yeah.
truly know.
Cha-ching, baby.
But yeah, what's the situation, Joe? Why have you donned the high vis on a night like tonight?
That's right. Just got back from Espo today. Went down there with the lads to check out some stuff related to my work, which required me to wear a high vis and steel cap boots.
Where'd you buy the high vis?
Did you have to
from?
buy steel cap boots?
Yep.
It's
What
all,
size?
It's all funded though. That
What
you're
size?
getting that, recouping that cash.
I'm getting it. That's right. Recoup.
What size?
He's recouping the cash.
Recoup. They were a 7.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so the Kmart in, Huh?
World's smallest.
They were very
You
snug.
should have got, because I need new steel caps for my actual work, not just a one-off.
Now these are
We could
from
have 2 for
the
1.
Kmart in Esperance, which let me say the
Oh.
selection is not big.
Right.
They had giant ones, or they had ones that were quite an effort to squeeze my foot
Because you're
into.
not a size 7.
I've never worn a 7.
Mum's
You
like,
know where
Well,
it's
surely
six.
at one point in time you did.
You
Like,
know
you didn't
where
just go from 6 to 8. Like at one
No, I
point,
skipped it. I had that growth spurt.
surely you wore 7.
I wore 7 once. There, been exposed. I had a 7 size.
So
foot.
what happened with the 7s? And the thing is, they're not like any other shoe. Like if you had a nice soft cotton shoe and you're wearing shoes that are too small, they can sort of stretch. If you got steel in the end of them, they're not stretching.
Yeah, but they had a 10 there, but they were massive. So I think these companies just the sizes are not correct. The 7.
What size are you? A 10?
10.
Right, but you got around in a 7.
Around a 7 because there was no other.
I feel like that's not legit then. There's not many people that I know
There were no other
who
options.
go 3 sizes down.
yeah.
Yeah, but the my
I wear an
size
8
didn't-
or a 9. If you gave me a size 5 shoe,
wouldn't.
I would cry.
Not
No, it's a boot.
Yeah, I
It's a spa-
understand.
it's a
I
boot.
Steel.
It's got a steel cap.
That's crazy. So the old
Do
3
you guys
sizes
know why
down.
why there's a steel cap?
You can actually drop something on it.
Yeah, do you know why?
That's why.
It's
You
so
could hurt your toe.
yeah, no, but it's so if something does fall on it, instead of taking the whole shoe with it, it just cuts off your toes. It doesn't cut off the whole foot.
No,
That's why the steel's at the end.
I think it's to protect the toes.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, obviously for general impacts, but then if there's like a serious impact, it only cuts off your toes rather than cutting off. That's why the steel's only at the toe bit.
But what is hitting my foot?
So say if you dropped like
It's gotta be a pretty
1,000-ton pallet and it hit your whole foot.
Yeah. I think my
Just-
foot would be fucked.
Yeah, no shit.
While the toes saved it.
No. But so the impact would be taken by the steel, and the steel would push through and just cut your toes off. But if you had
And
steel throughout the whole boot, it would cut your whole foot off.
Ah.
Right. So this is,
I'm right.
So
I've worn steel caps the last
But-
5 years.
but if I was wearing a normal shoe,
What would happen then?
Well, then your whole foot would get destroyed.
how?
I don't know. I can't.
Okay, that's right. We'll
I
leave that
kind
one.
of get what you mean. They don't want the whole thing to be steel.
Yeah, because it would be fucking heavy. Imagine trying to walk around with just pure steel shoes on. There's a lot of typing going on over in the corner.
Yeah. He's got the patent for steel cover.
It's all right. We've been
I get
wrong.
what you mean.
We've been wrong before. We've all had an opportunity to be wrong. We're 197 episodes in. Trust me, we've all been wrong at least once. What I would like to do, Joe, is you told me once you got off the plane, because we've never been to Esperance.
Espo.
So much so that I've been calling it Geraldton ever
Yeah, he
since.
kept
you left.
asking how Gero was.
Where's Geraldton?
Not near Esperance.
Where's Geraldton?
Geraldton is not 100% sure.
Okay.
No, Geraldton is up
down
north.
south.
Good.
Traveller.
I'm pretty sure I went to Geraldton on my way to Calgary. And it's just kind of like Mandurah, you know? You know, like sometimes you go to a place you're like, this is lovely. And sometimes you go to a place you're like, it's a bit Mandurah-esque.
Yeah, that's fair. I quite like Mandurah, but mainly for the beaches, not necessarily the individuals.
You know, ones are like, it's like, you know, like the town of Mandurah is just kind of like a little suburb. It's not like, oh, this is so
quaint.
There's all this little like when we went to Esperance, we stopped off at the Doll Museum. You know, stuff like that. That's Esperance. You know?
That's where you just went.
Yeah, that's
So you went to a doll museum.
Yeah, me and the auditors and the guys from work
Went to a doll
He's
museum.
wrong part because it was across the road from where we had lunch, and it piqued our interest.
And do you have to go back?
Auntie Jenna's dollies.
Do you have to go back?
Cashies,
Do you have to
Joey
fly
Henry.
away again for something?
Maybe yeah.
Okay. Because I was just thinking, like, your swing right now is 25 years off,
Oh,
2 days on,
2 days on, yeah.
and then
Pretty decent.
probably
swing.
the next
20,
lifetime.
yeah.
Also, can you just put your hand to the sky?
Yeah, it's got a pit there. Yeah, I only noticed that today.
The
got a
perspirance
what?
gap,
Oh, in here.
Yeah, it's
so
got
it can
a
air out your
pit.
Were you
pit.
sweating at all?
No, it was
Did you
freezing.
lift a tool?
No.
I love it. You did say when you got back, you had a few little factoids that you were going to share with us to educate us. We've never been to Geraldton, so
Esperance.
Or
oh fuck me,
Keep
we've never
saying
been to Esperance, and so you were going to educate us on what Esperance is with a fun little game of true or false. So
Yes.
what you're going to do is you've got a little stat.
Yep.
You're going to bring it to the table. Riley and I are going to decide between us.
Is the stat man?
Is the stat
Yeah.
fact or fiction in a little game? I don't know what we're going to call it. Fact or fiction?
Fact or fiction?
Scat
Fact
man.
or
Yes, or
fiction with Joey's Esperance.
Joey.
Joey's
Trip.
Esperance. trip.
Joey's
Yeah.
Esperance.
Yeah,
Here we
sure.
go.
Did you pick up on any worksite vernacular while you're over there with the other tradies?
Yeah, because you're working with people who are like outsiders.
my
You go from
You know a bit
working.
of smoker? You had a bloody sausage roll and chalky milk?
Do you have
on
do you have a
smoker?
dart? Do you have a dart?
Yeah, we were tripping on like that, going out of fashion.
The word smoker is the coolest word to describe a break.
Smoker.
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, mate. Just dump that. Go on, smoker.
I would love
that's
to
great.
watch Joe just try and like acquaint himself with the blue collar workers down there.
Yeah, yeah.
Because if I was
oh,
there,
hey, my name is
Joe,
Joey.
that's my name. Because
They
Joe
all
goes,
love me. But they know I'm in
the bloody
finance.
pencil
nerd.
pusher.
Yeah.
Oh, the
And-
pencil
and
pushers
my-
are coming in.
yeah, exactly
look at 'em.
right.
Yeah.
Like dad was a builder. Like dad works blue collar shit,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He didn't even wear it.
He did not think highly of the people like you or me who were afraid of sand and cement.
Yeah, but we're showing an interest in because I always talk about the people who work in the.
They don't care,
They
man.
don't show an interest.
And you
in
didn't
it.
even pick up a shovel.
They're probably annoyed.
They're not doing shoveling. Do you know what we do?
No, we haven't
No.
actually announced.
No,
what-
Yeah.
we don't.
It's
But there
happening.
might have been some shoveling going on. Who knows?
Um,
Could be some bodies.
No, they were, the guy who showed us around, lovely dude. He kept calling us our esteemed guests.
Okay.
Yeah, that means that's
that means
code.
wankers.
Yeah, that's code. That was sent over
Yeah, fuck
in an
that
email. Well, that's the thing that was sent across.
Here are the fuckers I was telling you about on
That was
Smoker.
sent over in an
Yeah.
email once, more or less being like, "Oh, and by the way, on this date, you're gonna have some esteemed guests
Yeah.
join you
No, but
from
he-
the Perth office."
The gimps are
And
going.
then they, for the rest of the time, have gone, "The esteemed guests are coming," and Joe's gone, "Wow, they're really treating us with quite a bit of respect, aren't they?"
No, this guy was not. He was
And
also,
then Joe turned his back and then giving it a bit of these ones.
no, he was also chuffed because whenever we got coffee and lunch and stuff, my boss paid with the old corporate credit card.
Good.
So he was actually a big fan. He was
I bet
taking
he-
us around.
yeah,
I bet he was.
As he should.
Yeah.
As he should.
Good man.
All right, so I've got some fun facts about Espo, or maybe they're fun lies.
Okay. Fact or
Ooh.
fiction?
Yeah.
Exhibition. Esperance expedition.
Nice.
All right,
Nice,
the
nice.
first
Just
one.
having a seizure.
The first one we're coming in Esperance. So I'll say the statement, and then you go say if it's true or false.
It would be harder to do it the other way around.
In Esperance, they have lakes that look like they're filled with strawberry Nesquik.
What does that mean? Pink lake.
Like-
Pink lakes.
lakes.
Pink
The salt
milky
lakes.
lakes.
I
Isn't it
know.
a salt lake.
Who knows?
I know what I'm gonna lock
Why
in.
is it milky?
They look milky.
Milky
do
sounds
they?
like they're like thick and
That's what they look like.
yogurty.
Yeah, it's like a strawberry, like this color, this like little pink color.
I feel like it's too specific to be false.
All right, lock it in. Lock in your answers now.
True.
True.
And that one is true. Of course it's true.
Hey,
Esperance
fits
is
in, mother.
famous for its bubblegum pink lakes.
There's one.
Lake Hillier.
I thought
is-
there was only one specific one.
There's the big one, but there are little smaller ones.
Did
as
you
well.
get out to the big one?
Why are they pink?
No.
It's
It's
the
'cause of
salt.
the salt.
It's the salt lake.
Oh, Salt Bay.
But apparently, I think you can even lay in it, and you, no matter what, you'll always float because
Float.
the
yeah,
salt,
there's enough salt. Yeah,
the
you
salt in
float.
it will always make you float.
Oh, that's disgusting.
And that's not the same as the Ganges. The Ganges you float because there's so many bodies underneath it pushing you back up.
All right.
Fact.
Great. Well, you guys know your reference stuff at the moment.
Fact
You're
one.
doing good.
One each after one.
All right, the next one we have, they have an exact replica of the Leaning Tower of Pisa.
An exact replica, like to scale and all.
To scale and all.
It's gotta be bullshit.
They didn't deliberately make the tower lean.
Maybe they did in Esperance.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I just feel like it's such. I
Such
feel
a
like we would
weird
have
thing to
fucking
do.
heard of that. If we're hearing about a salt lake,
It's a bit cringe.
we're hearing about a to scale leaning tower.
That
all
thing's
the
a
boys,
massive
all
landmark.
Joe's FIFO mates just hang out there and just do this one. It's a false for me.
That's a false.
It is false.
There you go.
That's right. But they do have an exact replica of another famous landmark.
Is that the third
Ooh.
question, or are you going to tell us?
This is going to be a bonus question.
Well, it's a tiebreaker. I like it.
Yeah.
You seem more excited
Yeah,
than anyone.
tiebreaker halfway through. You don't usually see that.
Well,
but
how many questions we got?
I got another one.
How many questions we got?
3.
And what's this question?
It's just a bonus one. For a bit of
Oh.
fun.
Should we do the bonus one at the
This
end?
one could be for cash.
I think we should do the third one, and then we'll come back and do the
Okay,
bonus
yeah,
one. I
okay,
think
we'll
that
do
makes
one
more
more.
sense.
We'll
Because
FIFO it.
it's a bit weird to just throw.
A 2.5er.
But don't
Just
people
to
want to know
answer
what
the-
the exact replica is?
Yeah, they'll if
They
mate,
have to
they're-
wait to the end of the segment.
Yeah, it's only the segment. It's not like we're going away for a week.
Like
Oh,
you.
like fiver.
All
All right, the next one. NASA owes Esperance $400.
$400.
Yeah.
That seems like such a bizarre amount. Is this going to be one of the bullshit ones where it's like it's $400,000, but
No,
the
no,
lie,
no,
but
that-
the lie is it's $400.
That's a weird thing to do.
But if he's a weird person,
he's
he'll
wearing grey
he's the sort of
sweatpants.
person to be like, they owe him $400, and we go true, and he goes, nope, 401. Ooh.
Gotcha. I'm gonna go true, just for the fun of it.
I'll go false
For
for
the
the
heck
fun
of
of it.
it.
Mainly,
Ooh.
but I do sense it could be true because I think they do a lot of like satellite stuff and space shit out at
'cause they're out in the
Esperance.
middle of nowhere.
Wait, so true and false?
Yeah.
Yep.
But 400 seems like a weird number.
Riley is correct.
He's the victor.
True. So, in 1973, NASA made its first attempt at an orbital space station with Skylab. Some space debris from this crashed into Esperance, and the council charged the space agency $400 for littering. NASA is yet to pay. But in 2009, 30 years after the Skylab thing, a California radio DJ, Scott Barley, asked listeners if they could donate money to clear NASA's books. The mayor of Esperance told Barley that the ticket technically had been written off years ago, but he and his listeners cobbled together the 400 and sent it to the Esperance Shire. For his efforts, Barley was invited to Esperance and received a key to the city, but technically NASA still haven't paid it, so I reckon they owe him the money.
Okay.
Riley gets the points.
I like it. And we're going to go to this bonus one. Finish with the bonus one, Joey.
Yes, the bonus one.
What?
Which famous landmark does Esperance have an exact replica. To give you a hint,
To size?
it's what the to size. It's what the replica would have looked like in around 1950 BC. So it's an old one.
Okay, I've got a thought, but I think it would be too. Can we get a?
Is it Ayers Rock?
Can we get a semi-location?
It's in Europe. The original.
That doesn't help me.
The other one's in Esperance.
I'm gonna say it's like the Roman
Right.
times thing. That.
The Colosseum.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say. What are you gonna say?
You can't both say the
No.
Colosseum.
Because
Because
it's
it's
wrong.
wrong. Because it's wrong. But you've locked it in.
I'm gonna go. What is it? 1950 before
BC.
Christ.
Before Jesus.
I literally have like no idea what was around back then. Is it like a pterodactyl?
Hit us with it, Joey.
It's Stonehenge.
Oh.
Yeah, they've got a life-size
Or
Stonehenge.
Stonehenge.
And it's like Stonehenge but they're all, you know how like nowadays they're all fallen down? 'Cause,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
I
the
can't
actual
imagine
one?
Stonehenge. When you said it, I thought it was gonna be the 4 people on the wall.
No, that's
But that's
Mount
not Stone. That's Rushmore.
So this is it.
Thrushmore. Right.
Stonehenge.
Oh, that's sick.
Esperance Stone.
Oh, that's.
This is in Esperance.
That's
So
fucking
in real
dope.
life, they've broken down and stuff, so they're not all there. But the one in Esperance is
Mint condition.
it's mint.
There you go. Love it.
They did it better than them.
They did.
Nice. Alrighty, boys. Something come across my desk this week. A bit of a saucy one.
Something came across my front page.
Yeah, I got
Not
alerted
of
to
the-
this. Got alerted to this earlier in the week. I'll read out the headline. I think you guys are both across it, but I'm sure the listeners aren't probably as acquainted with the story as we are. Year 11 students have been expelled for hacking their school's IT systems for years, with it going undetected.
Bad boys, bad boys. What you gonna do? What you gonna do when I come for you?
A group of students have been expelled from a Catholic high school after it was discovered that they had been hacking the IT system to access sensitive information.
Sensitive info.
The year 11 students from the said Catholic high school have been expelled or have been asked to leave voluntarily after it was revealed they had been hacking into the school's IT systems to access sensitive information for 4 years.
As if
Yeah, the boys.
It's like I don't know. When I first, so we won't disclaim the school. I don't think we'll tell you what the school was. Should we do that?
Yeah.
We went to the school.
we just left
we're
year
all-
11
we're-
by force.
We're all alumni.
We are all alumni.
Alumnus.
I'm sure you can all piece together the school
On
itself,
on
but
the-
we won't actually throw them under the
No.
bus because they were quite good to us, I thought.
Yeah, great.
Yeah,
great
we were
school.
never asked to leave.
We had it.
Great school. Kids will
well-
probably go there once they get the hacking shit subs, maybe.
yeah.
The
I love
hackers.
it. On the front page of the West Australian, it literally bold writing, smack bang in the middle of the page. Private hack job.
Private
and
hack
then
job.
the logo. Of the
I did-
school. It's just like so like, wow.
It's
Private
a bit,
hack job.
it's a bit saucy.
Prestigious school attacked by its own students.
Attacked.
And their kids were doing it for
For
years.
years.
Full capital.
Fuck yeah.
They love. I
the-
must admit, the West Australian
The
love.
journos were
yeah.
eating, bro.
They love
They
it.
have the journalism is questionable at best, but the titles,
Oh,
the
yeah.
titles, you just see them, you walk past it and you think, yeah, that's a good one.
They got to pull it in.
That is a good one.
Bethany Hyatt was like, let's
Bethany
go. when
Hyatt.
she
But
heard
you-
about
they would-
this.
They would have a team of title writers.
No. So what happens with reporting is
They
Bethany
chuck it
would
into
no.
OpenAI.
Bethany would be writing the thing, and then have someone who specifically writes headlines.
Yeah, their title
that
writer.
is someone's actual job. So
What a chill job.
yeah, absolutely.
Oh, what have you kind of come up with?
Hack
Private hack job. Yeah, when they come with
Private hack job isn't that good?
So basically, what happened?
Sure,
We
yeah.
don't have to talk too much about the fucking how the article was written. Let's talk about the actual crux of what went on. So in year 8, 4 different children all
Yeah.
grouped
Young.
together. So 4. Imagine 3 of us plus 1 more.
That's good, man.
And you're all caught up. So in year 8, they decided they were going to hack the system and find out. Basically, the school used a program where all of the information was stored. So all your test results, all your exam results, everything was on there, and there was a front-facing view and a back end.
the back end, and they went in via the back.
Hell yeah,
and
boys.
so the front-facing
They were
stuff,
change lab.
the
They
front-facing
were.
stuff means that you can see your scores, and your parents also have access to see your scores.
Yeah.
The back end is specifically for the staff
teachers.
and the admin
Yeah.
of the school, right?
They love the
Teachers
back
use
end.
the
Now,
back end.
how did the children... The thing is, and I think this is pretty... They're obviously being punished quite critically, and I feel it's a little bit unjust personally.
Yeah.
Because from what I have seen, they've done this through years 8, 9, 10, and 11, right?
The lads.
At no point in there has it said that they have changed anyone's results or done anything in the back end other than view what was going on.
It's the
right?
most Hermione-esque crime. It's like, I've hacked into the school system to get my marks slightly earlier.
Yeah,
And
that's
they
the
were
only
coming
reason
out.
they ever did it. They didn't seem to, based on what I've read, they didn't seem to actually go in and change it. Like, because you see in like
'Cause
school
in
movies
Ferris
and
Bueller,
shit.
he hacks in and changes his grade.
Yeah, which is a very different thing to do. It's not like for 4 years this kid who just literally was hanging out at the shopping centre watching movies decided to change
Yeah.
all
Because
of
you
his
can't
scores.
do that. Because like
Well, the teacher
the
would
teacher
be like,
knows that you're not an A+
Yeah.
student, and your parents know that you're not an A+
Yeah.
student. So if you're going from a C to an A, teacher's gonna be like,
well,
what?
I
I need to sign this document
I
before I
have
give
a
it to your
friend who,
parents.
you know, we used to get like a PDF of your report.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can just a bit of doctoring,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
we'd give that to her
What's it
parents.
called? Oh.
Instant Alpha.
No.
Oh, Inspect Element.
Inspect Element. Yeah,
Classic.
that's it.
But so these guys,
Instant
year 8,
That's
and
a
they've
graphic
hacked
designer right there. Instant
year.
Alpha.
Yeah,
You know what
Instant
Instant Alpha is?
Yeah, that's what he does. His funny little mask tool, isn't it?
yeah.
On
Watch it,
preview.
watch it. Hey, watch it. Watch it, buddy. It's better than Photoshop.
It's not. I'm
not.
sure.
At doing that though.
No.
Yeah, but it is.
Doing that.
Photos
does
don't
it
have
for
instant.
you.
So interesting. What are our thoughts? Because apparently the big issue that sort of comes to light is how they were able to get access. So what I heard that they did was initially they had they'd found out a teacher's password,
Yeah.
which is fine. Well, that I don't know. They just overheard it. I don't know how they would
Or-
have found it out.
No, I
maybe.
heard it was left.
Open.
Somehow they saw it on the computer.
That's play
It
on.
was left open on the desk.
Mate,
But
having vision of something does not.
It's usually
The insane thing
Well,
is
that teacher left the
left the
school.
school.
So that teacher who initially
close the account.
stole the password, they left the school.
Close the account.
And so they-
IT. And this is me going back in my Interstellar to the IT stuff. Close the account, guys. She doesn't work here, or he doesn't work here.
So they did.
they
That's
do.
what happened. They
Years later.
eventually they closed the account of that
But they
teacher.
didn't they
But
go,
what they-
why is this teacher still logging into blank system?
But then what ended up happening was the kids went, well, you know, we've had a taste of it.
yeah.
The teacher's gone. So then they posed an email to a different teacher pretending to be like an IT administrator, asking for the password and the username
That's
to
the
get in.
Which is
So-
what hacking is.
Yeah,
Like,
so immediately you've gone from seeing a password to pretending to be someone else to receive the
cheeky
password.
bit of fraud.
I do think
You crossed the line there, kiddo.
But
might
also-
be.
But what were they
But
doing
how
with
it-
it?
what-
They're just checking
They're
scores.
just checking their
Oh, yeah, but
scores.
why was he that hungry to see it?
Nerds are
Did
weird,
he just-
bro.
Did he just want the power?
You used to
Yeah.
see him.
And you know how he
I
got,
still don't care what my ATAR is. This probably sniffing out everyone's ATAR.
You know how he got caught? So he told his parents.
Oh,
I don't know
yeah.
how that comes out, but the parents like, oh, how's the test gone? He's like, oh yeah, we haven't got our results back yet,
but I can
but I
check.
checked it. And then the teacher, his parent ratted on him.
Ooh.
So there's a few like real evil people in this.
Why would you rat your kid out?
But also
Just
that
say, wait, cut that out.
yeah, I
mate."
wouldn't be hacking into
there's so many questions for mine. So like, firstly, the children, you got to be some sort of breed to want to find out your scores early.
Yeah.
It's a bit cringe.
Secondly, yeah, very. Secondly, for the school to not know for 4 years is pretty hilarious.
Because
I
better,
feel like that's the biggest.
and like
thing.
we know a lot of the people who work.
And
in
then
IT.
I also,
And then for
there
the
are a few
teacher-
teachers who I'd have been, these will be easy targets.
Oh, absolutely. I reckon you could walk up to a few teachers and they'd tell you.
What is your password?
Then there's the teacher who's obviously got absolutely punked by a student to give them the deets.
Oh, did the email hack work?
Yeah, fuck oath it did.
That's how they got it.
And
I
then
wonder
there's
who they
The thing that makes me
I've got a
worried
few
about
big
this
numbers.
is I still use my randomly generated Corpus Christi password for a lot of stuff because it's very secure.
Oh yeah, me too.
and then
But
lastly,
these kids
yeah, me
probably
too.
have it. They get into my bank.
and then the
I mean,
la-
I don't use not that I use it for my bank account. I actually don't use it for my bank account because I was like,
We've said it now. You've said it now.
No, he's something else.
No, you've said it now. And then lastly,
good
it's
password,
the
though.
mum. Imagine if your
Yeah,
mum threw you under the bus like this, and then as a result, you got kicked out of the school, like you and your mate. If my mum went to a teacher and told them what I had been doing, and me and all of my friends got punted from the school, they're going to be pretty PO'd about that. I
Yeah.
don't think we're going to be friends for very long.
You're still annoyed because you kicked a goal on footy and mum called it behind.
That's accurate. Under nines footy, we take it seriously.
Was it touched off the boat?
I feel like
or-
ratting on your kid is just just tell them like, oh, I wouldn't be hacking into the school system.
And leave it at that. Maybe just log off, or just. I think the bit, and I haven't mentioned this yet, and I don't know if you boys are aware of this. The bit that I think crossed the line, and I think the reason why they've been punished quite strictly, is because apparently, not only were they having access to the school stuff, they were then taking down, because that has everyone's information in it, and that has home addresses, birthdays,
Yeah.
allergies, the whole shooting match. And they were taking down like where people were living.
But can I just say, why did the teachers...
And I feel like that is probably a bridge too far. Like I'm all for supporting the nerds because it seemed harmless up until that bit. I think that bit's private and confidential. But
my problem with that is, I'm
The s-
assuming this teacher's not in IT. This is just a random teacher. Say, for example, they're like an English or a science teacher.
yeah,
Why does this teacher have my address? Why does
that's a good question.
why does this teacher?
That's a good
so
question.
all and also they seem to be able to check all their marks. How is that? Why does this one teacher
Have access
can
to
see
everything.
everything
That's
all
a
me
good
and all my
question.
mates have done?
That's a good question.
It just sounds like the cyber security is terrible.
Yeah.
Because
That's
actually
my biggest question with the whole thing. I think that the whole thing about like the article and everything that I've written is very much like the kids are shitheads like for doing
they
that.
shouldn't have
But
been
my
able
question,
to.
yeah, my angle is how we should be supporting the children. If they can hack, Julian Assange just got fucking
Yeah, for my
released, and he's like a star for doing what he did. Right? He's sort of in some circles considered a hero.
Oh, in Australia.
Correct,
and
right?
Russia and not many other countries. But yeah.
But what ends up happening is with these children, I just think that they're being scapegoated as they're the baddies
Yeah.
and the school's the good. But if your system is able to be hacked by 13-year-olds
And no
for
one noticed.
for 4
no one
years
noticed,
and
yeah.
no one has any idea,
Do they not have?
There was
what's
almost-
happening?
They were 1 year away from getting away scot free,
Yeah.
and they would still have access. past
Absolutely.
graduation, which is even scarier
Yeah.
because then they're
When I try and
adults
sign
and they've
into
got minors'
Netflix, I need to
addresses
do a
and stuff.
two-factor authentication
Yeah,
That's true.
just so I can watch bloody Seinfeld
At no point did they ever have to need like a mobile
Yeah.
number for anyone.
or
It's
change your password.
for 4 years.
yeah,
Yeah, actually, yeah. Although they have anyway.
There's so many questions that need to be raised, but I think blaming the kids.
Yeah.
I would much prefer the kids get in and do whatever they need to do for 4 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the school is alerted to that, than have a genuine hacker know where everyone lives who has weird intentions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
These young lads, they went on to check their school scores.
they were doing it for a bit of fun.
Shitheads, play on.
Yeah.
But Pedo Pete down the corner, if he's got access, that's where it gets a little bit iffy for mine.
I agree.
There you go.
Keep hacking, kids.
Alrighty, boys, it's time for
Here we go.
the segment about me living with a lady.
Who lives with a lady? Who lives with a lady? Who lives with a lady? Who lives with a lady?
Dude lives with a lady. This is one
Back
of
again.
It's back
a
again.
weekly segment.
Back to back. We took a little hiatus. We took a month off, and something
And now we're back.
came up during the week, and I went, This cannot wait.
cannot wait.
It literally cannot wait.
Literally cannot wait.
The people need to hear about this. For those who are joining us for the first time, firstly, welcome on board. Welcome to the pack.
Where the fuck have you been?
This segment basically surrounds the fact that I have recently moved in with the lady who used to do my washing.
Otherwise known as
She slid the washing machine up, and at a convenience, she decided she's going to stay for a while.
huge.
Um,
People who have just tuned in though won't understand that that's
Yeah.
your girlfriend of 12 years.
there you go. Well, she does the washing. She does the washing. That's her primary.
That's her primarily role.
That's
That's her on Teams. That's her subheading.
Yeah,
That's her name.
washing lady,
Washing
and then in brackets.
Wife.
Yeah. Now, this one is a little bit of a curly one. It's a little bit more of a story. I know the last couple of weeks we've done bit more
You just
subject
sort of
heavy
say the
stuff.
thing and then
Yeah,
we
this
discuss.
one happened last Wednesday
Hump day.
at around bedtime.
No, not.
Hell yeah.
I didn't even hear it. No one to hear it. About a week ago. So about to head into.
But we can go.
About to get up, go to bed. Right in a double story
Get
house.
up.
Get up, go to bed.
Yeah,
Double
we'll-
story house.
Yeah, we'll
Cha-ching.
get up
3-story
from the
house.
downstairs lounge room, go upstairs, get
Yeah,
ready
yeah.
for bed. Now, when I go to bed, I like to do the old brush of the teeth.
Yeah, jump in the sauna for a bit.
So I go to my bathroom. She
Pre-sale.
goes to her bathroom, right?
Oh yeah. Separate bathrooms.
And we do the
Very
brush of the teeth.
Yeah.
Just a normal thing to do.
Standard practice.
Getting ready for bed. It's very cold. Very, very
Oh
cold.
yeah. I
Yeah,
hate
yeah,
that shit.
heating. Yeah.
Teeth
Cost
are-
of it.
You know, I was walking past the toilet earlier this week, and I was
Congrats.
like, "It's too cold for me to sit on the porcelain and do a poo," so I held it in.
But you don't sit on the porcelain. You sit on the seat.
Wait,
No,
what?
we don't do that. We don't do
No
that
wonder
here,
it's
mate.
Is that what it's for?
No wonder it's so cold. You
it was
just piss on it.
Yeah, I thought it was a rim.
Backboard. No, what ended up happening? So we're about to have a little sleepy,
Yeah.
Nice, dude.
and it's
Get
been
your
a long.
Z's.
It's been a long. It's been a long day, right?
Chill.
And it's always at this point in time, like I could go through life basically. At one point, Taylor actually mentioned, she goes, oh, "Do you ever?" Because I work from home, and now she works
Nice.
out,
Yeah.
and she goes,
Out home.
"Do you ever get like lonely having to work from home all the time?"
Nah.
And I literally was like, not a second of loneliness or boredom. It's too much going on. And the words between my ears are so fucking loud all the time. I was like, no, not at all. I just don't. I wish I could get lonely. I wish you weren't here long enough for me to get lonely. That if I get lonely, that'll be the day. But on this night, we hadn't really said anything at this point, and then we thought we were getting into bed. Thought all the conversation stuff was over. We're just gonna watch some TV. And out of nowhere, just finished brushing my teeth. She just walks past and goes, "So, what happens if you die?"
It's huge. That's massive.
No context.
No one's
was
had this
thinking
chat with her
No
before?
context. No nothing. And immediately,
what
I've
happens
just
what happens if she dies? What happens if you die?
me. What happens when you when? Not if. When? What happens when you die?
Whoa.
And I
What
just
does
went.
that mean, though? In what context?
That's mate. I don't know. I've just put my fucking toothbrush down. I have no idea. I've just turned around and I've been smacked in the face with.
Right,
What
no-
happens when you die?
No more working from home.
like as though it's happening next
What
week.
is it? Will you get lonely? Is that the question?
No. This is separate. This is a separate discussion. We hadn't said anything at this point. Literally brushing my teeth. She walks past. So what happens when you die?
Well,
Like when you die, or just in general?
No, me. Like specifically, what happens when you,
parentheses.
As in what?
Jake, die?
As in,
Question mark.
what is she gonna do?
No, well, we're going to get to that. But that's how I've been approached, right? Just imagine that.
Oh,
Brushing teeth, turn around. We haven't spoken for fucking 5
It's like
minutes.
a will chat.
5 minutes. Haven't spoken for like 5 minutes. Finish
Yeah.
brushing the teeth, put the toothbrush down, walk into the bedroom. So what happens when you die?
That's huge. That's
No,
a great
no
thought.
pre-context. This is not a conversation we had over dinner or any. And I just was
Yeah.
like, "What have I walked in on?
Did I miss the last 5 minutes?
Where have I been?
Yeah.
We've been talking about this." And I just went, "I'm sorry, what?" She goes, "Like, what happens when you die?" I said, "No, I heard you.
Not many
I
people
was
know.
just chasing the context
Yeah.
for the question."
It's the only people that know.
The grand philosophers of our day.
we can't talk to anymore.
And at that point, I said, "Well, I've genuinely. Firstly, we doing this now? Are we? We doing real psychological
The afterlife.
Yeah.
afterlife chat now? It's
Right
10,
before Betty Boo
10 o'clock on a Wednesday
We're
night.
gonna
I'm
simulate.
gonna go pretend to do it.
simulate
Maybe we can do it in the
death
morning.
I wish I was dead." And then I was like, "What do you mean?" She goes like, "You know, have you got a will?"
That's huge.
And I said,
The truth comes out.
And you said if there's a will, there's a way.
at that point, I thought, "Fuck, I'm pretty.
the truth comes out.
Of course, I don't
She's
have."
here for the cash.
I said, "I don't. Of course, I
Yeah.
don't have."
Yeah,
I
there's
said, "Of
that.
course, I don't have a will. I'm 27." And followed up with,
Yeah, midlife.
I said, "What? What do you know that I don't know?"
She's probably seen you die after living with you for 2 months. This guy is on the way out.
And it was, I don't know. It was just so many questions. And she was like, no. But like, do you have like a will and stuff? Like, what happens? And I said, I genuinely don't think this is something that we need to
We can
worry
do your
about
shit.
anytime soon, let alone
Hope
at
so.
let alone at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday night.
To the
And she goes, no, but like, have you got a will organised? Because like, what happens to And at this point, she didn't say your house. She said the house. She has a house that she's renting out. And she hates when I call my house and her house her house.
Your house
Apparently,
is
they're both the house. The houses or our houses.
What's yours is mine and what's mine is ours.
Yeah, when you die soon. And then so I was like, I'm not.
Am I getting this?
I said, I'm not really
Getting this bag?
Yeah, that was more. I don't know if she like walked into the bathroom and went, fuck, it'd be cool to have
4 bars.
all of these, wouldn't it?
4
How nice-
saunas.
Yeah, how nice would be to have all of these. And then so I sort of just went, no, I don't think I need to worry about a will at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday night. And she goes,
But
well, when, like, I
You
think you
never know.
should. I think you should get your will done.
You probably should.
because death comes a knocking.
So
You could
I
die on the
thought,
way home.
I thought 27 was very young.
And the
So I
bank takes
decided
half of
to ask the people of Perth using the system that we have at
that?
play. Using the system that we have at play to ask, what year do you think would be a suitable time to like start organising your will? 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, or after the age of 50? And as a 27-year-old male, I can honestly say I was stunned at the response. We had 52% of people say that you should have a will, make a will between the ages of 20 and 30 years old. You should 29.
Yeah, but that's-
29% of people said you should make a will between the ages of 30 and 40. Only 5% said 40 and 50,
If you don't have a will by then, there's something.
and only 14% of people said after the age of 50 should you make a will.
Yeah, I think that's. I mean, but
That seems early.
20 to 30 is like, that's a big bucket. Like 20, fucking send it. 30 is like, come on, dude, you got a family. You need to sort your affairs.
Have you thought about? Have you got a will?
I don't have a will, but I have who's going to get all my super.
How?
Who?
Where's that?
Who?
On the super website, your super beneficiaries. It changes based on how I feel about every month. I
Every-
update it weekly.
Every pod.
Do you want me to tell you what the percentages are right now?
Have you got a will? You're in the 20 to 30 market.
No, I don't have a will
I don't have a fucking will.
because I'm immortal. I'm him.
I just thought it was very young to
I'm
be
the
doing
second
doing
coming.
will stuff, and I don't know anyone that's made a will.
Well, you have a house.
Correct.
Yeah, I reckon once you get like,
Yeah, me and Riley
like,
could take a car.
My will would be like, who wants my worn Air Force One?
Yeah, my will is like my record collection
Yeah.
and
Anyone
a
want
giant pile of money.
I then put this poll up, right? And she
Yeah.
obviously seen it. She follows
She
what
was
we
like,
do.
now.
And she doesn't really
Does
listen.
she have a will?
She doesn't listen, or she tells me she doesn't really listen to the podcast.
That's huge.
But I know for a
corner of the washing machine.
but I know for a fact that she listens when Dude Lives with a Lady comes on because fuck, I hear about those when I get home.
So you got a problem with the flowers now, do you?
That's
the bed is
essentially.
too high.
So I'm sure I'll hear about this, but I shared that poll and she replied, more or less being like, "You should get onto the will stuff."
You probably should.
And
Oh,
I
if the
followed.
government
I
gets
just
it.
followed. Well, that's what she said. She said, "You don't realize that if you die, the government gets your
Yeah,
stuff."
like what's going on with
So she's
family
really,
member?
she's really putting the clamps on me to get this will organized.
I feel
Yeah.
like-
And then she sent through
Take out a
like,
big life insurance
she's like,
policy.
"Get it organized, like sort it out today." She's like, "Yeah, make sure you get onto it, sort it out."
Does she have
And
With
I
a lawyer or some
replied,
shit?
"Do you have a will?" And she said, "Nah." And my question is either
Well, she runs.
she knows, she either
She goes to
knows
the gym, bro.
something
Yeah.
is like desperately about to happen to me, or
Oh, she's gonna be
she's
it.
the reason something is going to happen
Yeah.
to me. So stay tuned.
The Mac do it.
Buddy boys, it's time for one of our favourite weekly segments. It's our only weekly segment. It's time for our everyday hero, Joey.
Yes, I'm taking it away. And Jay, you're sitting in between
Tossing
two
the ball.
EDHs.
Oh,
How's that
yeah.
How does that feel?
Are you about to give me one? Is that
No,
No.
you've got to earn it.
You got to earn it.
okay.
You've got to earn it before you're in the urn.
Maybe in my will,
Which
I-
fucking
you
might
c-
be soon, but it sounds a thing.
Maybe in my will, I can give you my EDH.
That's huge.
Who? What should the split ratio be? I was
Oh.
just going to give it all to like our biggest fan.
Yeah, no, dude. Imagine that.
A huge giveaway.
We do a comp. Tag your mate. Tag your mate if you're on the
Take
will.
him out for Jake's will to get everything in the will.
That would actually be insane. That's Mr. Beast S.
Yeah.
That would be good for like
Engagement.
massive for engagement. Not my engagement, but just like the
But then there'll
engagement.
be a
engagement.
warrant to kill you. Whoever
Yeah, someone
wins
would
it
take
will
you out.
Snipe you.
That's true.
Do you get the inheritance if you kill the person, or is there like a clause? A Santa Claus.
Not if they don't. Not if no one knows.
I don't know. No, it's true.
Ha ha ha.
Anyway, EDH, Everyday Hero, I'm taking it away. Bow, 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 bow.
No one's ever called it an EDH.
I always call it EDH. Last week after Riley's thing, the thing that we talked about was Riley, and Riley got it. I said EDH because I always just call it Everyday Hero, EDH. So we talked about
He's yawning. He's literally yawning.
So we talked about my job off the top, and you mentioned about how the tradies think that my job isn't a real job and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And fair enough. All I do is sit at a computer all day and do Excel.
Play Fortnite.
But play a lot of Fortnite. But last week I had an experience that really put my job into perspective
Right.
about how lucky I am to not have a
Because you're on
not
the
have a
work
hard
site.
job. So we went to Kira was a bit sick last week.
Yeah.
I had some medical issues.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't know. I probably won't say what.
Nah, let's not get bogged down in.
So we went to Royal Perth Hospital.
Nice.
That's right.
Must be nice.
Yes, yeah,
Is that the
Royal
fancy one? That
No,
must-
it's not. It's not.
It sounds
It
fancy.
is the least fancy.
It sounds.
It
Why'd
is.
you go there then?
I was the closest.
Where were you? Oh, yeah.
We're Kira lives at our house. Anyway, so we went to Royal Perth Hospital because we could have gone to like an urgent care. It wasn't that serious, but the urgent care was shut.
I feel like that's always a funny one. Like when it's obviously an issue, but you have to dictate, is this an emergency issue or not?
Yeah. Well, emergency is usually like, if this continues, I'll die.
Yeah. We did some Googling. You got to do some Googling
All
before
life.
you go. And the Googling said, go see a doctor. We called a telehealth person that you got to see the doctor. Yeah, whatever you'd say that. Bloody fucking get commission or some shit. So we head down to Royal Perth Hospital, which is the public hospital in the middle of the city.
Right.
Bang.
Which is, let's just say, walking from where I parked my car to the thing, a little bit scary. But we get there and then you think, okay, I'm safe. I'm in the hospital, right?
No,
That's
no.
what you think. But
No,
anyway.
That's
Not
where
at
they
all
all
true.
are.
Yeah, that's where they
everyone
keep.
is.
That's where they keep them.
So, yeah, anyway. So we're in there. We talk to the nurses and stuff. And then we sit and wait because obviously they decide
Not
who's in
urgent.
order of how urgent it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
and
then
then
you find out-
always fucking lie.
And then you
Love to
find
see the
out-
ranking.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a guy in there, broken nose or whatever, and he didn't get served for hours. So that's just...
Yeah.
That's the benchmark.
Because he's still got the mouth.
Yeah,
He
exactly.
can
Yeah.
breathe.
So we're in there. There's obviously a lot of stuff going on, a lot of people with issues, and a lot of
What were you wearing?
this.
With a hard hat.
They want to make sure they can see
He's
me.
got grey trackies that are doing plenty down here.
Yeah. So we're there. It's obviously very intense. People are in a very
Stress.
everyone in the emergency room is having a rough time.
Oh, yeah. It's the
Yeah, no
worst
one's
room
going
to
there
be
for
in.
leisure.
That's why you're there. And then
Never had a good experience in an emergency room.
people
Yeah.
people are angry. People are impatient. They're not being not served, but treated or whatever.
Yeah.
And then obviously it being public is like anyone can go there. So bit of a rough crowd.
Okay.
Wow.
So
Tough for you. You've
Uh-huh.
really had a big week.
Yeah.
Mixing
Yeah.
it with the
With the
slump, haven't you?
locals, yeah.
Goodness.
yeah, it was eye-opening. Yeah, but that's why this week I wanted to give it to the nurses who work at the Royal Perth Hospital, particularly on the midnight shift, which I imagine is the worst one.
Yeah.
Just because they're very professional, they're sorting everyone out, they're doing the bit, and they just don't seem phased by some of the crazy shit that's going on. There were multiple police officers, like
In and out.
proper sergeants, and
Yeah.
they brought in. There were guys who like a normal cop, the standard one you might see on the street.
Yeah.
And then there's step uppers like the detectives, right?
Yeah.
So the detectives were dealing with something
Shit.
in a room, like in a locked kind of room there. They were dealing with something that was going on, which everyone could hear because it's not soundproof.
Excuse me.
And then they brought
we
in,
can hear you.
even they brought in they got the higher ups even to come down. So there were cops in there's some high up cops. I don't even know what you call them. And that's another thing I was thinking, you're just sitting there, you watch it. I was going to read, but there's a lot of shit going on. It's hard to get through my book. My Pulitzer Prize winning novel I'm trying to read.
Imagine watching him read. Some dude doing meth in the
Yeah.
corner. He's just
Sorry.
having a look at Frodo with Frodo.
Frodo. Oh, Frodo. Oh, Mr. Frodo.
A few blokes in the room who think they're Frodo. Walking around.
A couple of them look like him.
And then as all this shit is going on, and it's probably the same, whenever you go to emergency, you're like, this is fun. Like, all this shit is going on.
Yeah.
But that's every night. That's 24/7.
Yeah.
That's what
It's a day.
these people's lives are.
It becomes, you get normalized to it, I think.
And like, just to put it in perspective, when we finally got into the room, we were being treated. One of the doctors. So now, obviously, you're seeing the doctors and everything, and there's like a bunch of beds. They're not in like rooms. They're just like curtains.
Yeah, I've been to hospital.
So you can hear whatever's going on over there.
It's a sheet.
And like, so there was one guy a couple beds down, and the doctor just comes up,
God.
starts talking to him, and then he says, "What I think is the funniest phrase I've ever heard in my life: Does your penis usually look like that?" Which is like, it's funny because it must have looked bad for a doctor to ask, but also, how is it not bad enough that he could have been like, this could be normal, this could be every day, but also, if someone's showing you their penis,
It's a fucking horseshoe shape.
if someone is showing you, you're a doctor, someone's showing you their penis, you gotta think, well, something's not right.
He's showing
Why
me
am
this for a
It's
reason.
not just out.
Why am I seeing it? And then, so there was me
Did you laugh?
me and Kira were sitting there. Across from us was another like, teenage-ish uni-age girl who we found out obviously because of the curtain stuff severely constipated. And so they were
Severely. Like,
well, she
constipated,
was in the hospital.
constipated means you can't poo, right?
Yep.
How could you not poo that much?
She had come back from Bali and
Wow, I just
apparently
hadn't
she had
shaved
all of
that.
her meals in her still.
That's fine. That is fine. That
A
is
lot of
fine.
nasi goreng brewing.
What I've been saying.
And then so they were sitting across from us. We were sitting there, and I was crying of laughter. And they were laughing as well. Even her mum was there. Her mum and boyfriend were there. And everyone was just laughing. It's like not like a bit like or because you obviously don't want the guy to feel bad about it. He's already probably going through enough. And
Sounds
then
it.
a bit later on, the doctor says, "And does your scrotum hurt here?" It's just like,
He's touching him.
what?
Hands up.
And what is wrong with that? Why has that been in particular in question?
How fucked is his fucking ball bag
Yeah.
and cock?
What's he done? Has it been driven on?
Yeah. Well, apparently,
It's just a dude. It
apparent-
just looks like a fucking piece of ham.
well, apparently there was an incident in 1994
Oh.
where it was
Oh, with this guy.
split.
Oh.
Something. Yeah. Patient confidentially isn't. That's not patient. That's a doctor thing, right? If you overhear shit, it's free range for the pod, right?
It's similar to the password gear. Like, if you see it, there's nothing
Yeah.
you can do about it.
I don't know the guy. I didn't even see the guy. The curtain was doing
Probably
work. I was
better.
hearing a lot. The doctor was not keeping his voice down.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyway, the nurses just did a good job. Good on them. And then even we told the nurse, we're like, some crazy shit's going on there with this guy's dick. And she was like, oh, yeah, you know, that next stuff. She was not phased by it.
That's
Oh.
crazy. Goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
So I just think, yeah, the fact that these people can go to work every day, deal with just
See that
insane
shit.
stuff,
Yeah.
have to look after people.
We should go just for the. We should do a live pod from there. I reckon we could get some
Yeah.
great guests.
Yeah.
What are you guys in for? Just the flat penis again? Yeah, cool, nice. So this week's Everyday Hero is going to the Midnight Nurses, who are doing a wonderful job each and every opportunity they get. Alrighty, guys, that just about brings us to the end of another episode of the MacPack podcast, episode 197. Can you believe it?
That's flown by.
197.
Actually, it
bro.
has been a while.
I've been looking recently back at old clips that we had done back from like 2-3 years ago.
Yeah.
Very funny to watch. Just like how I feel like a very different person.
Yeah.
And now we've got it all on film and
Now
we've
you've
got it
got a
all
wheel.
on audio. Not yet.
Yeah, I got you, man.
But it's funny to, especially you. It's funny to watch you. Season 2, like early days season 2. You just sort of sat there like a fucking heart, like very nervous, very shy, just being like, "Oh yes, okay, I've got this funny story. Okay, and then this happened, and then this," and it's just like some things just never change.
Yeah.
No, it's just funny to watch like how everything's sort of grown over the journey,
Yeah,
but
e-
week
even-
on week.
Even with having a photo of you, literally like basically same kind of pose every week.
Yeah.
And just saying, where did it all go wrong?
And the hairstyles that you used to have. Like you had that funny little bowl thing at one point where you had that straight line like this.
Yeah, Cade kind of did that to me now. That's why I'm wearing it.
Retro, throwing it back.
Still getting cuts from Cade.
Um,
Still hasn't improved that look.
Which brings us... Sorry, yeah.
Price has gone up though.
Yeah.
Just quietly.
Inflation.
Happy ever.
Yeah. Ooh. Again, why did you do that?
Well, it's just end of year, you know.
Yeah.
Just get excited about it.
Such a nerd. It does bring us to the exciting point of episode 200 being only a matter of, 3 weeks away?
Yes.
98, 99, 200.
Yeah, baby.
So what we're gonna do, some quite exciting scenes, especially for everyone who's listening along and who has listened at any point over the journey. What we're gonna do for episode 200 is we're gonna play some of our best bits over the first 200 episodes of the podcast. We think it's a
Yes.
good time to sort of down tools. We've been doing it for nearly 4 years.
That's right.
So
Yeah,
it's-
tools. What do you mean?
hey.
We're not having a break.
No,
up.
just for this period. No, just to sort of like down tools, have a moment
Oh,
of
yeah.
reflection.
We've all got to listen
Taken
to every
me.
episode.
and run it back and listen to some of the old stuff. So we're going to each bring back sort of our favorite segment or moment from the podcast
Fantastic.
over the last 4 years. And we would love nothing more than for the fans at home to get involved as well. We might not necessarily play your bit, but we want to hear from you what your favorite bits are, and then we'll quickly have a listen back. I think it'll be nice if we get a few people sending in theirs. We'll do like a favorite of ours, and then we'll do multiple favorites of the people. So if you get in, if you get, let's say that if you get yours in, there's a fair chance that it'll get played. There's a fair chance that we'll say, and Ryan Hitchie, for example, who's a big fan of the show, listens to us on radio, listens to us on the pod every single week. Whatever your favorite bit of the podcast has been over the last 4 years, let us know. We'll play it on the pod, and we'll dissect it. We're not just going to play it and just not talk about it.
We're going to talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to play like the 3 to 5 minute bit, and then we're going to listen back live with you, and then we're going to basically discuss exactly what went on. We're going to react in real time. So it'll be a nice little capsule to have. It'll be a nice little moment, and yeah, we want you guys to get involved.
And it's good because we would have, I know personally, I forget what we talked about last week.
I forgot what this episode.
Let alone like years ago. So it'll be interesting to hear stuff that hopefully will feel like it's the first time I've heard the conversation.
Oh, 100%. Because that's a large percentage of what we do here is we record it into the mics, and then that's it. Like you cut off a few TikToks and whatnot, but very rarely do we go back and watch. Very rarely do we go back and listen. Unless there's like an AFL thing that we play later on in the piece. I don't really go back and listen to anything. So it'd be nice to listen back and sort of experience things as a consumer for the first time. But yeah, we want you guys to get involved. So if there is any favorite bits that you over the journey have been listening to and you've really enjoyed, things that stick out to you, mention what they are, and ideally mention maybe what episode they came from, because like it'd be hell as fun as it would be just to say stuff. It's going to be like near impossible for me to find a segment from 4 years ago for you to say, yeah, you did it once.
You talked about this one time, I think.
Yeah, it was in like the first 50 episodes. Like that's 50 hours worth of shit I got to sift through. I don't want to be doing that. So yeah, if you can come back with the respective episode, that'd be fantastic as well.
That's right.
But yeah, it'll be good fun. So it's in 3 weeks. So we'll probably remind you again next week and probably remind you the week after that. But
and then it'll be the week.
Yeah.
And then you'll be listening.
Start thinking.
And you'll think, damn, I meant to get around to
I forgot to do that.
There you go. Boys, it's been an absolute pleasure. Until we do this time next week, stay safe, stay blessed, and always remember to
Go give your mum a hug.
It's Chuff now. Bye now forever.